I'm sorry. I will look. My name's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. This is where I chat about things that I'm interested in. And today we're going to be asking 21 questions about makeup. So I originally saw this video on Abby Williamson's page. She just recently posted a video, and I believe it originally came from Allie Glines' YouTube. So I'll link both of those channels down below. Highly recommend checking them out. It's basically just like playing 21 questions, but with makeup. And it kind of asks a broad range of questions about makeup. And it was really fun. I'm pretty excited to answer them. I did read through these questions before and kind of have an idea of how I'm answering at least some of the questions. So the first question, what is the oldest makeup product in your collection? So the oldest makeup product that I have is actually the Naked 2 by Urban Decay. So I do still have this palette because it has a lot of sentimental value to me. This was the first like nice piece of makeup that I ever got. Oh, it brings back such good memories. I love this thing. It's not like in terms of today's makeup and by today's standards, it's not a great palette, but that's okay because I still love it. I got this for Christmas in 2010, I believe, which is kind of crazy. It's over a decade ago. Was it really 2010? This was my first, I guess maybe not my first like nice piece of makeup, but this was my first like expensive eyeshadow palette. I hadn't really gotten into eyeshadow palettes, and I asked for this for Christmas, and my aunt got it for me, and it was my like pride and joy for years. And I probably will always hold on to this palette. This is just when I started really playing with makeup. This is when makeup also transitioned from not only being like a creative outlet to also being really kind of like a coping mechanism for me. I really love this palette, and I'll always have a special place in my heart for Urban Decay for sure. This is very special to me, and this is the oldest piece of makeup that I have currently, at least. And I'll probably always hold on to this as long as I can. It's very special to me. Blah, blah, blah. So the second question, what is your most recent makeup purchase? So I actually just this last weekend purchased two things. So I purchased the Kosas Creamy Concealer. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like, yeah, it's the Kosas, it's the new one everyone's talking about, and the hype is real. I love this concealer. It's my new favorite concealer. I don't know if I'll go to any other concealer. I really love this stuff. Highly recommend. So the day I bought this, I was actually going to get my vaccination, and I thought we were gonna have time to like run home really quick, and we didn't. So we went straight from kind of the errands we were running to the city over for me to get my vaccination. And I took some of this concealer, like straight, I just literally pulled it out of the box. I dotted some and patted in with my fingers under my eyes. And I was pretty shocked at how much it just brightened up my eyes. And it also just, like, I couldn't tell the difference between where I had put the makeup and the rest of my skin. And it's not like I have this like beautiful skin or anything. I was really impressed with this concealer. The second thing I bought was the Kaja Bento Box little bronzer, highlighter, and blush stack thing. This is the first Kaja product I've ever owned, and I have to say I really like it. I got it in color Butter Up, which is I think the fair, yeah, it was the fair color. Particularly, well, I like all three of them for sure. I really like the cream bronzer. I really like the blush a lot. The blush does have a little bit of glitter in it. I know I definitely strayed away from glittery blushes for a while, but I'm getting kind of back into them. Maybe like glittery, like a little shimmer I'm okay with. This does have a little bit of shimmer. It's not too intense or anything, but I really do like the blush. And then the highlighter is definitely not like an intense highlight, which I've kind of been going for anyways. I've definitely been going for a more like natural looking highlight, a little more like illuminated look. So I really like this highlight. I was really impressed with this guy. I'm really happy I got it. It's also really convenient to throw in your purse. Not that we're really going anywhere right now, but you know, whatever. So highly recommend both of those purchases. What is the first makeup product you ever used? Okay. So I think the first makeup product I ever used, so when I was really little, I probably used something of my mom's from like Mary Kay. My mom was really into Mary Kay. I probably used something, but I don't specifically remember that. The first makeup product that I specifically remember using was a mascara, and it was the, I can't remember what the name was. I'm gonna have to look it up. It came in like a bright pink bottle with like a lime green lid. And my two cousins that I looked up to, and they were like my idols. I loved them. I wanted to spend all my time with them. They both used it. What was the name of it? Let me look it up. Yeah, so it was the Great Lash, I guess. What was the brand? Maybelline. Is that right? Was it Maybelline? Yeah, that's definitely it. So it was Maybelline Great Lash, and my cousins loved it, and so I think I wore that even through high school. I wore Maybelline Great Lash, but I remember the first time I put it on, I was young. I'm pretty sure my parents probably told me I had to take it off. What is a makeup trend that you used to love but now you hate? So I would say like probably baking. I used to bake, which was not a good idea, especially now that I watch as much Robert Welsh as I do. I'm like, baking, that was so bad for my skin. I have dry skin and I should not have been baking. That was a no-go. But I used to bake. I think a lot of us used to bake. Used to bake like under the contour, under my eyes, on my forehead. Bake, bake, bake. And that probably ended up looking awful. And I don't think I should have been baking. Glad that that's gone now for the most part, at least for me and my skin. I would never bake again, but yeah, I would say that that's a trend that I used to love, but now I hate. What is a makeup trend that you used to hate, but now you love? So I definitely used to hate kind of anything that had to do with my brows. I didn't like touching my brows. I wasn't comfortable doing it. I didn't fill my brows in for the longest time even, and I have very light brows. I tint them now, but I didn't like anything that really had to do with my brows. I wasn't into it. I think most of it, like mostly I just didn't feel comfortable doing it. But now I love my brows. I like playing with my brows a lot more now. I'm a lot more comfortable with it. What is your favorite step in your makeup routine? So I would say that's kind of a tough one. So like my favorite part is definitely my base. So like primer, foundation, concealer. I don't know why. Like I was tempted to say eyeshadow because that's obviously kind of the most like creative part of my makeup routine, but I find doing like my foundation and my base, that's always the most relaxing for me. I also feel like that makes the most difference on me, at least. I like evening out my skin tone. I can kind of do that, throw some mascara on, maybe some bronzer, and be like one and done, bam, I'm ready to go out the door. I also like shopping for base products a lot. I like shopping for foundations and concealers the most. So yeah, I would say that that's my favorite part of the makeup. Favorite step. What is a makeup product you can't live without? So I would say, yeah, the makeup product that I can't live without is this guy. So it's the Ilia mascara, I think. Does it have Limitless Lash Mascara? So the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. This is the best mascara I've ever used. It has one side that's like, let's see if I can. So it has one side that's like a comb, and then one side that's like kind of more like a normal mascara wand. And the comb side, I can literally like feel it go through my lashes and separate them and lengthen them. And then I switch to this side and it really adds a lot of volume. This is just my favorite mascara. Like, I will repurchase this as soon as this tube's gone. I have a number of other mascaras I have to get through, but to be honest, I just am sort of annoyed when I have to use other mascaras because this is by far my favorite. I even tried the one that's so trendy right now. When I saw it in stock at my Walgreens, I grabbed it because everyone was like, this is the best mascara. What was it called? I think I have it. No, I don't have it here. I think it's called like Sky High or something. Everyone loves that mascara, and it was fine, but like, that mascara is my favorite. I love it. It's definitely something I don't want to live without because this is the best stuff in my opinion. What sparked your love for makeup? I mean, so I would say I started really liking makeup when I was in college. I think at first it was more so a way for me to, I guess, sort of express myself in a way. I didn't do anything like crazy, but I remember like nailing down a winged liner. I did a lot of a winged liner. I did a lot of kind of like a gothy vampy lip. I had kind of a look I went for. And so I think it started as a way to kind of express myself, and then it sort of morphed also into, like I said earlier actually, a bit of a coping mechanism for my anxiety and stress. It's just a very like stress reducing activity for me. I love to just sit down and play with makeup. I like to do my makeup. I've played with my makeup a lot more in quarantine since I haven't been working. I've played with makeup more than I've been able to in the past. There's a kid outside our door. It's the only issue filming in the summer. As kids, the kids are like out and about, which makes me happy for them. You know, I feel like kids have had a tough year. Yeah, I think it just became such a fun creative outlet for me. In general, like, I don't shop a lot. Like, food and makeup are kind of my like two things. I am a professionally trained chef. I love food. So those are kind of like, they're just kind of my two things. They're the things I like to do. They're kind of the only things I really like to spend money on. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, what is the worst makeup look you've ever done? Well, on myself, it was probably this last year. Like I said, I've been playing with makeup a lot more this last year. And I had just gotten the two Beetlejuice collection from Melts. I got those two palettes for Christmas from my wonderful husband. And can you hear my neighbor upstairs? He walks very loud. I decided to do some very weird look. I actually did film it. That was when I had like just started throwing around YouTube as an idea. So I was more so filming things to just get more comfortable in front of a camera and like talking to it. So I'll see if I can find a clip. I don't know if I actually saved any of the video. It was awful. So I was wanting to like kind of combine the palettes. That didn't work at all because one palette is very cool toned, like the blacks and the grays and the whites and stuff were super cool toned. So then it was one of those situations where like I kept trying to put more on and it just kept getting worse. And I should have just stopped where I was at, but I just kept putting stuff on and it was really, really bad. What is your favorite makeup look you've ever done? Oh man. Well, I think for sure my wedding day, I did my own I did my own makeup on my wedding day, and I don't know, it's just like a special day, right? It was my wedding, but it was very like supernatural, very minimal, like super minimal. which is what I wanted. I'm not going to put a picture of my wedding up. I don't really feel comfortable putting that out there on the internet. But outside of that, I would say one of the most fun makeup looks I've done in a while. Once again, it was while in quarantine. I was just at home one night. John, I think, was playing D&D, and I was really bored. And so I was playing around with the palette, and I did this like super bold look. I'll pop a picture of it up because I know I'm almost positive I have a picture of it. And it came out really nice. I was actually kind of like proud of it. It was definitely really bold. It was like a little more, not what I normally do for sure. I do like to do some bright colors and stuff, but that typically is just like, I'll do like a monochromatic, just kind of like a wash of one color. Or like today, I just did some pink and then some yellow. It's like strawberry lemonade is what I was thinking. I'm really into the really nice warm weather. But I really liked that look. It was really fun to kind of play with. I don't know if I have a good picture of it because it was at night. I don't remember pulling out like a ring light or anything, but I'll pop a picture of that look up. That was probably my favorite look outside of my wedding. What is your favorite drugstore makeup product? So my favorite drugstore, I would have to say goes to the NYX Brow Tint Pen. Love this guy. Never actually used the Glossier Brow Flick, but I hear this is a dupe, which is why I got this one. Really love this for my brows. Hair-like strokes. It works super well. I've gotten really comfortable using it. I love this thing. Highly recommend. What is your favorite splurge makeup product? So this one was kind of hard for me. I don't know, because like finding something that like, I don't know, I splurge on. But one thing I will say is this MAC lipstick. Is it just like the matte bullet lipstick? Matte lipstick. This is the shade Taupe. I also, my second favorite shade is, I think it's called like Teddy Bear, Teddy Bear, spelled B-A-R-E, I think. But this shade Taupe, it's the color I wore on my wedding day. I love this. I wear this. I mean, it's kind of my like go-to lip color. But I typically stick to like drugstore lipsticks. I do buy the KVD Lolita 2 liquid lipstick is one of my go-to colors also. I would say those two are like my go-to, but I think this one's more expensive than that one. But I love this lipstick, and it is kind of, anytime I spend more than like drugstore prices on lipstick, I'm like, But this is something I'll continue to splurge on. I really love this color. I also wore it on my wedding day. So yeah, I would say this MAC lipstick. What is your most repurchased makeup product? That was super easy. It's the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I think that this is probably a lot of people's most repurchased makeup product. I love this stuff. It's buttery. It's like the perfect bronze. It has just like the perfect luminosity to it. It's not even like a luminosity necessarily, but it's like a, I don't know how to describe it. Like, yeah, it's just buttery, and like it has the tiniest little amount of sheen. You can't even really tell, but it looks so beautiful on the skin. It blends. It's so easy to blend. It's really light, so you can build it up as you need it. For sure, it also smells really good. It probably has talc in it that I shouldn't just be inhaling, but I love the way this smells, and definitely my most repurchased product. Like, this is something I will always have, no matter what, in my collection. I repurchase, and I don't like to run out of it. What is your earliest makeup memory? So I actually think my earliest makeup memory, once again, my cousin. A lot of my earliest memories were with my cousin. I remember she let me do her makeup, and I put mascara on her, and I poked her in the eye, and I think I hurt her. And I just remember being so upset, and she was also upset with me. But I just remember being so upset, and was kind of freaked out about mascara for a little while. Really? But that's definitely my, like, probably one of my first memories with makeup. I'm trying to think. I also have a memory of being in like 7th grade, maybe 6th grade, and getting the hard candy single shadows from Walmart. And they were shimmery and I loved them, and I remember putting them on my eyes. What is your favorite place to shop for makeup? I mean, like one specific place to go shop for makeup? I mean, probably Sephora. I also just like to look around online, but I don't know that, like, then I have to pick like one like brand, and I don't think I can do that. So yeah, I would say Sephora. I would say I like Ulta too, because Ulta has drugstore stuff, but then again, like Sephora has brands that I like. Sephora just has some brands that Ulta doesn't carry, but I would say those two are like general my favorite places to shop for makeup. I also like Target. Who doesn't love Target? I love Target. What is the most underrated makeup product you own? So this one is probably like not the most popular opinion. I don't really care. So I did purchase the Tati Beauty puffs, these things. I freaking love these things. And it, like, they got good reviews. Like, I remember people liking them. I think Smokey Glow like hated them, but I remember watching multiple other people being very surprised how quick they could blend out with these things. But then I never really heard about anyone using them again. Like a lot of the beauty gurus that gave them good reviews, I never saw them use them again in a makeup like tutorial or review. I love these things. I love them. I do still use, just for like, I don't know, I like to kind of switch up what I'm using for my foundation. So I will still occasionally use a brush. I do still use my beauty blender, especially if these guys are dirty, but I love these. They are so fat. Like, I love how flexible they are. They're super soft. I can like blend in my nose creases. I can use it for a cream, powder. I like literally sometimes I can just put some foundation on with this guy and like, and it looks better than when I use my beauty sponge. I think these are really underrated. I really love these. I'm a little nervous that Tati's going to stop producing her beauty products and maybe stop producing these guys. I actually should get on and just buy a few more so I have some. What is the most overrated makeup product you own? So this one would have to be the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, the loose setting powder. I mean, I will say for the price, you get so much powder in these guys. Like, it's a solid thing of powder. And it's not that this is like a bad powder. It's, you know, like, it's fine. It's just a powder. Like, I don't know. It's so hyped. And I guess because it like was one of the first powders that performed like this, and now like it's just the standard. I got this like, this is old. Like, it's, how old is this? I got this for my wedding in 2019, I think. And like, I like this powder. I do. I just think that it's a little overrated. And I don't think I would pay the price for this powder again. I did just order the Fenty Fenty powder and butter. I'm excited to try that. I have the Kokie Airspun. That is like equivalent to this, and that is far cheaper. And yeah, once again, this is like a fine powder. I like it. It's just, there's so, like, people call this like a holy grail, the best product ever, and I just feel like there are plenty of other powders that that perform the same. So I don't know. I would definitely say a close second would be the Tarte Shape Tape. What is a discontinued makeup product you wish would come back? So I worked at Victoria's Secret for, I don't know, 4 years in college. I think it was like 4 years. I was the beauty category manager, so I was in charge of all things beauty. So primarily fragrances, lotions, that kind of stuff. But we did have a makeup bar. So when I was there, Victoria's Secret actually sold a full range of makeup products. So we sold, I think all we had was like a powder foundation. We didn't sell any like liquid foundations. We just had like a, and it might have even been like just a finishing powder. But we sold pretty much everything else. We sold blushes, mascaras, little eyeshadow palettes, eyeshadow singles, eyeliners, brows, the whole caboodle. Pretty much everything except for foundations. And we sold primers too. We did sell primers. I remember we had like 4 different colored primers. Looking back, all that makeup was garbage for sure. But there was one product, or actually there were 2 products that I really liked. I don't know if I would like them still today. For sure the like translucent setting powder, like they had a brightening powder. I don't know if I would like that today. I feel like it was probably more powdery than I fully realized. But I did really, really like the Victoria's Secret. It was, and I couldn't even tell you the like shade name or anything. There was one bronzer that I really liked. And what's her name? Candace, the Victoria's Secret model. Candace, what's her name? The like blonde, blue-eyed. Her name was Candace. She was a Victoria's Secret model. She was on all the advertising for it. It was kind of reminds me a little bit of why I like the butter bronzer so much. It had more like shimmer in it though, and I might not even like shimmer, but like more glisten to it. But it was just like this really beautiful shade. It was like a really nice bronzer. I remember that's when like I started falling in love with bronzer. I'm obviously very pale. I was quite a bit more tan when I lived in the desert in New Mexico, and I was in the sun all the time. So I really liked to like bronze it all up. I loved that bronzer. Like if I could buy it again, I probably would, especially because I want to know if I would still like it, because it's been years now since I used it and played around with that. But I think I had like 2 or 3 of them while I worked there. I love that. I loved that bronzer. I'd wear it again for sure. Where do you go for makeup inspiration? I would definitely say, YouTube in general. Specifically, I would argue 2 YouTube channels. Robert Welsh. I love Robert Welsh. I find him both like entertaining, funny. He has some of the most helpful makeup tips in my opinion for like just normal makeup people, normal makeup consumers and wearers. I follow a lot of his tips and tricks. I trust him a lot with reviews, and I also just like to see the looks that he puts together. I find him super inspiring. The second person that I like kind of, I guess, go to, I really, really love, so I'm just now realizing too, because of how she starts her videos, she literally just says, hey, and like goes straight into the video. I've never heard her say her full name. Anele. It's Alex, Anele. She also has a new channel called Alex Talks that I've recently been getting into, but I love her so much. Kind of same thing. I love her artistry. I love the tips that she gives. I love the reviews that she does. I love the looks that she puts together. I find her voice so relaxing and so calming. And those are definitely the 2 channels I go to like kind of get inspired to like want to do something. Also TikTok. I'll go to TikTok, and so that's not makeup I do, but I love the people that do like the full on like costume makeup, and they will do all the transitions with the music or the emoji challenge. I love watching those TikTok videos. I find those people, you are so impressive and talented. Oh my gosh, it's fascinating how amazing. And I can't imagine how long those videos actually take. But yeah, I love TikTok too for makeup stuff. What do you hope to see less of in makeup's future? So actually, I'd like to see less filtering in makeup advertising. So Robert Welsh did a whole video on like Kim Kardashian and her like conceal. I don't remember all the steps, but it was like her color correcting and concealer thing, and how she was like already wearing concealer before she started putting on. And even in like Pat McGrath's advertisement, or like Instagram pictures and stuff, a lot of that stuff is photoshopped. A lot of people put out photoshopped swatches. So, and like just less filtering in general. Like I'm kind of over the whole filter thing. I know that like beauty YouTubers are really into like making their own filters now, but like, I don't know, I'm kind of like over that. I'm ready to leave that in the past. Can we start like, I don't know, just seeing like real faces? What do you hope to see more of in makeup's future? So I really hope we stick with this whole like, well, I mean, I don't know if I think that necessarily. Let's see more. Well, I mean, it all ebbs and flows too, right? Like everything can't just be always like peaking. But I feel like there was a point where makeup was definitely at like a peak. There was all of this innovation. There was all this like progress in makeup, right? And then it kind of like bottomed out again. And a lot of people are talking about it now, right? Like Urban Decay hasn't come out with anything new. They're still doing naked. Why are people still coming out with warm neutral palettes? All this stuff. And I think that I really hope that we're like coming back up into a peak, like Hindosh releasing that Beautopsy palette, the like gradient, I think there's like 6 shades in there, but you actually get like 20, a lot of actual shades because of the gradients. Like that's super cool. I really like all of the brow products that have been coming out. I just hope that we continue to see like a lot of innovation. I hope we can just see, yeah, just a lot, like keep up with the innovation. I really like Halsey's brand and what she's doing with that brand. That's what I want to see more of, like real creativity and like really good makeup. Like Lady Gaga's brand is like a flop for me. That's like opposite of what I think we should be, like I want to see at least coming out. So yeah, I don't know. More of that, and more of this like natural, or at least like skin-like luminous face. I'm into that. Let's keep that up too. Well, that's it for today. That's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe down below and come back and give my other videos a watch. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.